Hey everybody, I hope you all are doing well and welcome back to Michael's Matters. Now, as per usual, I am Michael. Hi, hello. And today I wanted to talk about something that seems a bit counterintuitive, especially for folks who are just below their full retirement age, which is the fact that some people, well, they decide to unretire. And what I mean by this is that they either pause or fully withdraw from their Social Security benefits. So that could be Social Security retirement, Social Security survivors, Social Security spousal benefits, and really all the other iterations of Social Security, which would mean basically stopping getting any sort of benefits monthly. And the reason why they do this, well, there's a number of reasons why they do this, and some of them are actually pretty good. Like, for example, they can get higher later benefit checks. But then there are also other reasons too. So today we are going to talk about what is the process and why somebody would consider unretiring and stopping taking their Social Security benefit checks. Now, this is Michael's Matters, and before we get to it, if you like these videos, if you find them interesting, if you find them useful, or hey, if you at least find them helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe because it does really help the channel to grow. And again, we are so thankful for that. But also because you get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. All right, now, let's get down to the video. So let's start off today by talking about why somebody would consider unretiring and stopping the receiving of their Social Security benefits. Because it seems like something that, well, it doesn't really make a lot of sense unless you consider some of the situations where somebody may find it beneficial to them to not take the Social Security benefits. Especially right now, at the time when Social Security benefits provide about 50% or more of retirement income for around 37% of retired men and 42% of retired women. It is relatively rare that folks would do this, but there are some good reasons. At the moment, there actually are two ways that you can stop taking Social Security benefits. One is that they can be suspended, and two is that they can be fully withdrawn. First, let's talk about suspending benefits. So in order for someone to suspend their benefits, they would need to be at or above the full retirement age for their age group. This is tricky because the full retirement age actually keeps going up. And it looks like it might even get higher for my generation, but that's sort of a different matter for the time being. Right now, the full retirement age, or the FRA, is the time when a person is able to start claiming 100% of their Social Security benefits. This age, again, it varies a little bit, but in general, for somebody born prior to 1960, then their FRA will be during the year that they turn 66 years old. But for folks who were born after 1960, the full retirement age goes up to 67 years old. Once somebody reaches this full retirement age, whichever one it is possible to contact the Social Security Administration and request to have somebody's benefits suspended once they have already begun. Additionally, important to note is that if someone does suspend their benefits, then all benefits connected with those benefits, so maybe spousal benefits or something like that, those will also be paused except for in the case of a divorce. And ultimately, if you decide to suspend your benefits, but then change your mind and decide you don't want them suspended, they can only be put back in place for the following month. So why would someone want to do this? Well, the main reason is that they would like a later, larger Social Security benefit, and at the moment are able to cover their current expenses without the help of those Social Security benefits. This could be because, for example, someone came into additional money, like inheritance, or sold an asset, like a car or a house, or maybe has a sugar partner who takes care of all their bills. But whichever it is, it'll allow them to postpone their Social Security benefits and allow those benefits to continue to grow even after they had taken them once they are paused. This is because of the way that Social Security benefits are designed. Well, they're designed to reward folks who retire later in life with higher benefits. So, for example, if your full retirement age is at 67 years old, and that is when you get your 100% of your benefits, if you wait to the maximum age to retire at 70, then your benefits will go up roughly by 24%. So you get more money, and then that also increases every year when there is a COLA increase that augments whatever your new higher amount is. For folks who decide to retire at their full retirement age and decide that they are able and it is prudent to do so, they can suspend their Social Security benefits, and for each year the benefit check is suspended, it will increase their Social Security benefits check by 8%. This can be done up to the maximum retirement age at 70 years old, which would mean from the age of 66 to 70 years old, somebody would get the full increase. if we look at that in the terms of numbers, we can see exactly what I mean. So, for example, a person at 67 years old, their average Social Security benefit check in the United States in December 2022 was at $1,844.83 a month. If they were to suspend their Social Security benefit for just 1 year, it would increase by 8%, or an additional $147.59, meaning that if they jump back into Social Security benefits, they would get a check of $1,992.42 in that following year. If they were to wait the full time up to 70 and get that full 24% increase, then that would go up by $442.76 every month to bring that full benefit check up to $2,287.59, which is a nice chunk of change. So if someone does jump into retirement right when they first were able to at 100% of their benefits at the FRA, but then realize, hey, you know what, maybe I am willing and able to wait, they can use this option, the pause, to increase their Social Security benefits for when they are maybe a bit older and ready to really, truly settle down and retire. So this is a nice option. That is the first option. And this second option is going to have a bit more leeway for folks wanting to back out of their Social Security benefits, but it is a bigger separation than just a suspension of Social Security benefits, but rather it is a full withdrawal of Social Security benefits. A full withdrawal can be done at any time within the first 12 months after a person has begun collecting their Social Security benefits. Additionally, there is no age limit. So unlike the suspension, you do not have to wait until you are at your full retirement age at 66 or 67 years old, but you can't even do it if you retired at the earliest age, possibly at 62 years old. In this case, you could have up until your 63rd birthday or 12 months later to withdraw. The reason for doing this is the same reason for suspension, but slightly bigger, because for a person who is retiring at the earliest age at 62 years old, again, the system is designed to basically impose a 30% penalty on their benefits. So basically, they're only getting paid out around 70% of what their full benefit would be had they waited to that full retirement age at 66 or 67 years old. And that cut to benefits, that 30%, again, it sticks with a person for the entirety of their retirement, which can be a huge chunk of money over a lifetime, especially calculated over multiple years. Now, if we look at what the benefits of the average Social Security benefits is at 62 years old versus what they are for someone who's at 66 years old, presumably at their full retirement age, we can see that the numbers on average, the difference is quite large, right? At 62, the average Social Security benefit check is at $1,274.80, while the average for a 66-year-old is at $1,719.85. So that is a perfect example of the difference between retiring at 62 and 66. Additionally, another example of why a person may want to fully withdraw their benefits would be if they took their retirement at 62 years old, the earliest time they can, but are still working. Now, this is a big deal because a lot of times if someone does this, they may not realize that there is that penalty, right? The 30% deduction in benefits, but also in addition to that, for folks who are working, if they are working enough time to earn a certain amount of dollars, and in fact, it's $21,240 a year, for every $2 over that amount that they make from work, Social Security will offset their Social Security benefit by $1, meaning that for every $2 a person makes over $21,240 a year, that person loses $1 off their Social Security benefits. That is a big shock to a lot of people who don't realize that this rule is implemented, and would be, a good reason why they may want to consider withdrawing their Social Security within that first 12 months so that they don't incur these penalties from their work income. In addition to being a bit more extreme than a suspension, the consequences of doing a withdrawal within the first 12 months are pretty rough as well. This is because in order to be fully withdrawn, you would also have to pay back all the money that was paid out to you during the first 12 months from Social Security. Some people, I've seen this before and it seems like a pretty bad idea, some people would consider this as an interest-free loan, which is probably not the best way of thinking about it, but it's kind of sort of technically true. But the reality is you still have to pay it back if you do that withdrawal. But the good thing is that once the money is paid back, so once you pay Social Security back all that money, Social Security views it basically as you have never actually started taking your Social Security benefits, and your benefits continue to grow undiminished until you actually retire or until 70 years old, whichever comes first. So overall, when someone actually decides to retire is really a personal decision. But the system is complicated, and there are a lot of sort of arcane rules that sometimes people don't find out about until they actually are knee-deep into their benefits. That is why it is good that there's still some options to overturn those mistakes. And in the case of withdrawal, wipe the Social Security benefits tablet clean, or even in the case of suspension, at least have a way that maybe to go back and work, to unretire, and to let your Social Security benefits continue to grow while somebody grinds it out for a little bit more time in the workforce, which also means more benefits later on down the road. All right, so that's it for today's Michael's Matters, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, if you found it interesting, if you found it helpful, or hey, if you at least found it useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you can get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. All right, so that's it for today's Michael's Matters, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you did, if you found it interesting, if you found it helpful, hey, if you at least found it useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it does really help the channel grow, and we are super duper thankful for that. But also because you get notifications when our newest and most informative videos become available. So for Michael's Matters, I'm Michael, hoping that you take care of yourselves, take care of others, and have a happy, healthy day.